Hey guys, so this is the first pool update of this season. This is the third time I've tried to film it. I keep getting too many interruptions and I keep trying to film it and people keep trying to call me and I keep getting distracted because there's just too much going on, it seems like. So I have the dolphin in there cleaning the bottom of the pool. I never closed this. There was another situation that I had to deal with this past fall, so I ended up not closing it. I had the pool cover out and everything, but ended up not closing it because something else happened that I had to go deal with. So that's basically why that didn't happen. There's a big pile of dirt like right there that the dolphin hasn't gotten yet. This was really green just a few days ago, and last week it was in the 80s, and I was able to get in that day and get a lot of the leaves out. The dolphin's just getting what's left because I don't have a cordless handheld pool vacuum that I can use to get in and get everything. If I could, it'd probably be a lot better because the dolphin does kind of get in there and like spread things around. I mean, it gets stuff, but when it's this dirty, it needs to run for several cleaning cycles for it to actually get everything. It's doing a pretty good job. It was worse last night, and the new pump I just got seems to be doing better as far as clearing up the water, because within less than a day I came outside and it was pretty much perfectly clear. So it's been doing pretty good. So I haven't hooked up my chlorine feeder yet. I don't honestly know if I'm gonna actually use that this year. I'm not sure if it was even like good. I didn't like it. Over here always smelled like chlorine. It had this really nasty smell and it bleached out one of my hoses. Stuff, so I don't know if I'm going to use that this year or not. At the end of last summer, my pump that went with my big Intex 16-inch sand filter died, so I was just in need of the pump. I know the hoses don't match. I just got in a hurry and just threw hoses on there, so I need to find another black hose to put there instead of the white one so that everything's matching, and then I've got a blue one on the backwash. But I saved myself about $100 on getting this pump. It's by a company called Aqua Strong, and then there's the power button, and then that's where you set the timer. You set your timer before you start the pump, and then it'll run. Right now it's on 24 hours because I've been trying to clear up a lot. Then I have my power supply for my dolphin running there, and this pump actually I think works better because it's the same horsepower as the Intex, but it turns 4,500 gallons an hour, whereas the Intex only turned 3,000 gallons an hour. So it's got a little bit better of a flow rate, but it's still 3/4 horsepower like the Intex. Because you've got to stay within the limits of your sand filter. If you try to get something that has more horsepower, like I was looking at a pump that had like 1.5 horsepower. Somebody in a group I'm in told me, hey, don't get that one. Get something less, because the sand is going to come up through your lateral and it's going to be spitting on sand out all over the pool. It could crack your tank that holds your sand. You're going to have problems. So Aqua Strong's diagram showed that that pump was compatible with the 16-inch. And then I used the adapters that you get by a company called Game. You kind of see it like right there. There's still like a little bit of a drip. I probably need to take this off and like put some Teflon tape on it. But it goes inside there, that 1 1/4 inch fitting, internal threaded, and then the outside is 1.5 inches, so it makes it compatible with Intex. And also I took this big, there is a thing hanging down, it was like a long narrow piece hanging down. Well, I had to take that off because they changed these hoses. Even like the white ones are not the same as they used to be. They used to all fit like really tight on the end of that long skinny thing that I had, and I used to be able to take and like push them on there and then just use a hose clamp to tighten it down. But they changed that, so I can't do that anymore. And I was trying to use pipe cement with an adapter to hook up the hose. So it's another one of those adapters like on my pump by Game for the Intex hose. So I took off that long piece and I put an adapter on there so that I could actually run a hose and a valve directly from the skimmer instead of like from that long thing, because it kept falling off and causing leaks and stuff. So I have a valve on there running to the pump, and then that adapter instead of the long skinny piece that was there. This is just a secondary pump that I put on here last year. 14-inch sand filter, then the pump. This pump was what was running for the last few days while I was waiting on my new pump to get here. I got this last summer. It's, I think, only 1/2 horsepower, and then it only gets like 2,800 gallons an hour. So it was acting as my main pump until my new pump got here. So that's basically what's been going on. I usually run my water fountain on this return, but I don't have it hooked up yet because the water is still pretty cold. It just warmed up again over the last like a week almost. It's been like in the 60s and like low 50s. It's just got warm, and I don't know how much longer it's gonna stay like that. And then these are my solar heaters. I never posted a video about these last year because it was like August before I got them, and I had them attached to that pump there, but they were going out in the middle of my yard because they're really long. So I think what I'm gonna do is zip tie the solar heaters to the side of my pool and put one on each one of my pumps. Like run this one back there. I'll move my storage containers back away from the pool a little bit, and then I'll run the other solar heater on the other one. I haven't bothered to hook them up yet. They were kind of a problem last year. I think some of my adapters had cracks in them, and they kept causing leaks and different stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll be able to do to get these to work. And they were just kind of a pain last year. Oh, my brush. I got this one off of Amazon. It's mostly plastic. The metal ones always get nasty and rusty. And so that's what we've got going on this year. So, yeah, I just thought that I would come in for a quick pool update. And so I don't know if some of that stuff there on the bottom is staining from something or if it's dirt. It appears that it may be stains because the dolphin was just over here and that's all still here. So I may need to get a stain remover. I know of a good one that I can get. So it could be stains. I had a problem with stains last year because I once again didn't properly close the pool. And algae grew and it was a whole mess and it caused a lot of stains. So it looks to be about where I had some stains last year. So I'm thinking that's what it is stains again. So I'm gonna probably have to get I used last year, it was like just powder stuff. You put it in and let your pool recirculate for an hour or two just to get it circulated through your pool, and then you leave your pump off overnight. And then make sure your chlorine levels are low, because if your chlorine levels are high when you put it in there, it'll actually not work. But I used that stuff last year to get rid of the stains. It did a really good job with getting rid of that. And I'm gonna get one of those In the Swim spring pool opening kits and put in here. And I'm thinking about getting a copper ionizer or Pool RX to run in here to help with the algae problem, so that I'm not always having to use up so much chlorine, because we get so much rain here, and rainwater does cause algae and it messes up your pH and stuff. And so because of the fact that we get so much rain, I think it would be a good idea to have something like an ionizer or Pool RX to run in here, so that I'm not always having to use so many chemicals. And all I've got running in the floaters right now is just like a couple of clear balance tabs and a couple of chlorine tablets that I have left over from last summer. I had some of that left, so I'm gonna go ahead and use all that up. So that's what's in there. And then when I shocked, all I did was go to the Dollar Tree and buy some jugs of bleach. And over like about a 3 or 4 day period, I put some in every day. That's why it's clear, even though it looked really, really green. I wish I had a picture of it because it was bad. But yeah. So I don't know, I'll have to keep an eye on this, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if it's actual dirt or if it's stained. I probably won't know that until I actually get inside the pool to go swimming or to brush the bottom to see what it is. But it looks like it's some kind of stain. So I'm probably back at having to get that stain remover again. So, to get rid of all the stains. I hope that this year I'll be able to close. I hope nothing else comes up that I have to go deal with. Just been like a lot of personal stuff going on. I hope that this year, at the end of this summer, I'll be able to close this properly and it won't be such a big thing on trying to get the pool tank clean again. So I really hope, because it's hard to come out here and clean up a mess over the winter that was made and stuff. we don't really have that cold of a winter here. It doesn't really get cold enough. So here we have to put the winterization chemicals in before putting on the cover, because it doesn't get cold enough, and then it rains all winter, so there's rainwater getting in there and stuff, so it rains too much. We only get maybe like one snowstorm a year, and the pool's always held up really well through all the rain and stuff. I just need to get some more Gorilla Tape and go over the tops of this stuff like it's frayed. Like there. And stuff. So I need to get some scissors and cut the hanging threads off, and then put some more Gorilla Tape over across the top. The fabric's still okay, but the threads are slowly degrading. And I'm assuming that's probably from not having a pool cover on it. Had I covered it every year, it wouldn't be like that. Because it didn't get like that when I have cover of it. This pool's kind of old. I've had this one for 5 years. So same ladder. I found this mat in the garage and I put it underneath of there. The ladder's filled with water, and then to make sure it's stable, I put bungee cords across. So it's good. And finally got a new water hose so that I can clean my filters. My other water hose didn't have the metal piece on the end anymore. It was so old, and so I couldn't attach a sprayer to it. So every time I clean my filters and stuff, I'd always have to go outside. Inside, and clean the filters, which is really hard because you're using your kitchen sink water. Little lawn chair. I'm going to put like a seating area out here by the pool. I found some stuff on Amazon that's not too expensive. I was planning on getting. So I'll have to see. I think what I want to do is put like a tarp down and then put some sand on it, and then put like a seating area down. It's just nice to have something to sit on by the pool. So that's what we've got going on. Dolphin seems to really be hanging out over here on that side of the pool a lot more than over there, so that could be it too. Maybe it just hasn't gone over there. But that stuff almost looks like it's stains that have stuck. So I'll have to get in and check that out. Probably tomorrow, because I've got some stuff I actually need to go do today. I've got a chlorine floater over here in the basket stuck. That's what I hate about the chlorine floaters. This always gets sucked up inside in front of the skimmer and mess that up. That's just an extra floater. I don't even know if that's got anything in it anymore. I'll have to check it. That one there, and wherever the other one went, I just picked up from Walmart. $6 a piece. So that's really all I had for today. Not anything really new going on. But I do recommend if your Intex pump went bad to get one of those Aqua Strong pumps like that one I just showed you there, because it does seem to be doing a really good job with filtering out this water. But I'm really happy with it. I think it's maybe work a little bit better than the Intex because its flow rate is so much more than the Intex. So I would recommend that. And I don't know, the next time probably that I replace my whole sand filter pump system, I'm probably going to get the Aqua Strong. See how this one does. If it dies on me. Within like a short period of time, maybe not. So I think I'm probably going to get either the Aqua Strong or the Vivor sand filters that Amazon has. It's like an Amazon brand. Because I've got the adapters, I can make it compatible with that too. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be using Intex anymore because they don't sell, like if your pump dies, they don't sell you the pump separately. You have to buy the whole sand filter and pump too. So I saved myself about like $100 by just getting that pump and then finding a way to make it compatible with Intex. So I don't know. I mean, I got this Intex last year, but I got it right before the other pump went bad. I didn't know it was going to go bad on me, or I would have maybe not gotten another Intex. I would have gotten another brand and everything. I don't hate Intex or anything like that. I like them. They work pretty good, but the problem is that for me, it's the longevity of the equipment. Doesn't seem to be that long. I had a salt system by them one time that it only lasted me 2 seasons, and then by the 3rd season I had to take it off and go back to regular chlorine. So like I said, their products are good. It's just like they don't seem to last a long time. This pool has outlasted any of my equipment. So for the longevity of the equipment and like how well it runs, I would probably choose a different brand just so that I'm not always having to replace the pool equipment, because if you get something and then it only lasts you a couple of years and you're right back at having to buy a new one, I don't see where it's very cost effective. And then also, other thing that really upset me was I bought that pump in April of 2021, and I had to pay $600 for that sand filter pump that year because of supply chain issues and all the whole thing. Prices on chlorine and prices on pool equipment and all were like double and triple the amount of money that they normally are. So I had to like pay so much money, and then it only lasted me, I got 3 seasons out of it and it died. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I guess expecting it to last longer than that, because my other pump before that did. The only thing that happened to it was that the switch broke. I could have replaced the switch, but the motor was starting to sound kind of loud and funky sounding every time I would turn it on, so that was what gave me the impression that that one was about to die. But I had that one from 2017 all the way through, let's see, I think I got like about 4 seasons out of that one, I think. So it did last me longer. It was an older Intex. So I don't know. I was kind of expecting it to last longer than what it did. But I'm glad to see that there's other companies that are starting to make equipment that is compatible for all types of swimming pools and not just one. The pump I got did come with some adapters, but I used some of my own just to make sure that the hoses could properly screw in, because sometimes they'll send you the adapters but the threads will be different on them and you can't screw it in. I've had that happen before. That was part of what was happening with my solar heaters last year. That was a problem with the thread compatibility. It wasn't like the adapters. The threads are different, so some of my adapters won't work on them. So that's gonna take me some time to figure out what I'm doing with those solar heaters. I don't know, try to figure out what I'm gonna do first before I roll them out and hook them up, because I don't want to have problems again. So that was all for this video. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to do, anything that you want me to cover or talk about. Let me know if you have like any questions or anything in the comments that I can help with. Let me know what you want to see and stuff, because if I have some kind of an idea what everybody wants to see on here, then maybe I can come back a little more often and do something, but I don't know. So let me know in the comments what you're looking for, and I'll do the best I can to help with either replying to your comment or making a video on it. So let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.